into a crossfire on the safe side, but no days, no utility to make their jobs easier either. Kerrigan's not carrying it. So that's usually the case. The fact that Kerrigan doesn't hear that 3-4 opening and shot in the back trying to set up an aim, that's painful. So there we go. Pushman spotted into connector, and then the call back and Taco. He's now on short with the salt tape. Exactly. FX to be there, just waiting, looking for that shot. He's getting that shoulder. If he go, and Cajun will be able to step in, get the job done. So 2 kills for Cajun. He's got Trevor on 68.
Takes around the second off, putting them up at 10-6 now. I have no idea what's going on. This is definitely not easy.
Let's see. He's a good one, so they must have waited and he has that as an option. Balling's like that scout, that's a problem. Well, now they have a good line here for having on Raj. There he goes, there's a 2 to get that jump shot. Not gonna work. That was a good read on this one.
Team.
Let's go this is there.
Jumps at this level here, which is it's not so easy to shot next little ball, but still they've got 3 kills to TSM right now, so it's not looking too bad. The best thing is them, they are against armor. This would probably have to be Cajun getting an ace, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Chance here as well. He's tagged. Around the corner though, that's fair. Keeps his cool, gets the shot, that's 100% kill right there. Gets the job done, just brings the flasher over to that. Always noticed stuff. Luminosity, they keep it cool. Even when the situation gets a little dicey when you're going long and mid in the restrooms. They're a little shaky there after a strong start. They're able to come back in, so that communication makes all the difference. They are able to actually keep players alive at the end of that run. So now TSM. They're going to have to go to a hard equal. I'm surprised to see the last one. When you find runs with easy turn, if you want to do is funny, or if you want to at least have a chance at it, watching this back a little bit here, second one as well, it's the it's got nothing left to do.
10 seconds remaining.
I've got to admit, I did not see this coming.
Outright total destruction. Brick wall, and they just cannot get through it. Where's the TNT, Kerrigan?
How many times in a row is this now for the new Ross squad? Counting the end of the first half and the beginning of the second? I'm really wondering at this point. Now, as we can see in the second here, this is wonderful play for everything. So, the big wall. It's still trying to break it right now.
It's really not. TSM also seem to be a little blind on the confidence themselves right now. They don't have any to work with, so that's definitely costing them. But now they can have the money to go for the card. AKs spread. Similar to yourself, Luminosity, although TSM are pushing out now a bit quicker pace now. He has connected control. 2 guys pushing it long.
Reserve
time.
They had the ability to boost down. It's a very cool idea. Listen, as we can see, the results done. Everyone check that. Check it for a jump. Not for someone really good at it. There's a motion all the time. It's still a very cool idea. This is shaped up to be a bit of an aid push for the TSM side. And they desperately needed right here. Ready to go. In the corner. Devices going to check it well and forward. Picking up 1 and a second here, so now TSM they can slow down, have a long for the second player, and now it's down to the 3K to 1-on-3, not left. What a hero, look at that. All 4 kills going in this one, he's finally getting flashed and stuck in the corner. Luminosity, what is this team doing?
Everybody, that's what, I mean, they're getting closer to the goal, Anderson. That is that everybody on this team will be able to have rounds like this, can come through in the clutch for their team. Massive damage, just basically take a round under control of themselves and just manhandle their opponents. We saw it yesterday on the hall, now we see it again, followed by 5 cracks for him in a row. And well, now it's just falling apart for TSM. They're going to go try for the quick B execute. Cold still alive here behind Toxic, looking for that headshot as they come peeking on the board. Not sure if he's part of the man out ramp, but now he has too many targets, and he's going to get overwhelmed. Kerrigan doing damage with the Tech 9.
Speed is the key. They just want to be fast and quick. Getting taken down, one of the hugging going on there in the hallways, but now they're going to get back in, and they can use that bomb. Team spirit is good and all, but nice try to spray through somebody in the corner. They don't line up for it. Next getting into the corner, down to Zip. He gets slashed as well. He's in the corner, he can't see it. They're using the bomb. It's not going to be like all these worries down. And look at this, we lost the explosion right in the end. Definitely very important. Instead, they push themselves further in there now, very close to winning this match.
That's what Ferguson's like, always like, wait. They're just like, wait a second, that's exactly what we were waiting for. We need to get a kill as that bomb gets planted for us to have a chance to get back in there. Boom, he delivers. And the luminosity thing, don't pass up the chance. Sometimes you have to go for the big plays later, so you can always back off, see if you're done, think about the next round, okay, right? But sometimes it does work out, we just have to be brave, you have to get it there, you have to get the job done. And so luminosity, this is the kind of round that will break TSM. TSM, are they going to have the confidence? Fallon's going to do the best that he can, at least, to shatter it. And Cold is already starting off strong, taking out Cations, who I guess just decided to run right through.
Even TSM, what they're doing anymore. Luminosity is stripping the whole right now. It's just down to sort of a war battle here with what's left of TSM now. Like super impressive looking luminosity. Device is alone again. They're going to push themselves onto the map point. It's what we're going to be seeing in the semi-finals. On this kill once they picked up. I thought there was a decent chance that Luminosity would win the Mirage. Turned out that was very important. They got crushed. But once they won Mirage TSM, I would have bet a hell of a lot that it was going to be
once you see that first, the first match, hey, TSM just crushed Luminosity in the Mirage, yes. But then they start off 6-0. On this map as well, you're just like, oh, this is it, right? TSM, they're living up to the standard that we expected them as a world-class team. And right now, we're just seeing the collapse. Total, utter collapse on their part. Luminosity now, they know exactly what's happening with TSM. The bottom line for TSM means that they're going to be stretching for cash. Around that 35 to 4,000 mark. So, not 4 days. That doesn't stop Fallout from peaking anyways. Aggro peak at long was still hanging around that AWP. So he'll be backing up towards that A side to help his teammates. And we saw the impact that he had there last time, Anders.
It's getting fully back in X and Bruns get 3 kills here, and now it's down to B. 1 versus 5. I don't know what to say. I made a bit of a city about the culture around that. There's definitely Danish player right here. This is gruesome right now. Luminosity gunning is North going back in the semi-finals. They've done very well in this tournament so far. I know it's not as well as really getting a good double kill. There's so much to do.
Right, so it's fans and then come around and then get their feet down. They've actually pulled it off from Velocity. Incredible comeback for them. And the chance just to be able to get their heads back in the game. They're just getting kicked in so long after Mirage, after the fact that they were turning around, falling as an NBA leader. You really have to give his credit.
So, and you bring up the Brazilian fans, I've got one as well. The Brazilian team is obviously super vocal, and you know they're going to be watching, you know they're going to be so excited about this. What a team! Really get treated to a that's another map that they play very well on the Luminosity side. CSM, on the other hand, I count them as one of the 3 teams that are really heavy hitters on this particular map. They're enemy and actually very hard to be able to map.
No matter how you cut it, I'll say they're underdogs in this Western League. Not only is they're standing in the world, just because all 3 of these maps are maps that TSM should not lose. These are 3 very solid maps. Mirage, Overpass, and Cosmo Inferno. TSM, they should move 3-0. They should move 2-0. Luminosity, they're taking it to map 3 now. It's 1-1. We're going to take a short break, guys, before we get into it.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
At least that's what you get. I guess if you get you could ice on it before you get to the
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
What about the alchemist?
Reserve time. Dire team.
Like, whenever you think about all these heroes talking about great, but the end between does that. And so, is this where you get X here and just be like, cool? Yeah,
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
It is time for our first game. Round 5, Team OG versus Team Empire. We only take short time.
10 seconds remaining.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the grand final of Dreamhack DreamLeague Season 4. OG Dota going up against Team Empire. OG, of course, being the big end game bosses that so far no one's been able to defeat at LAN. Can Empire do it, Andy?
Prepare
I gotta say, can they do it? I think so. In this game, I am favoring OG's draft though a little bit. I think Peter was right on when he mentioned shutting down the Husker this game. It's going to be really, really important. And with that in mind, if you look at OG's Shadow Shaman pick, I think that just the mentality that Empire going into this with, trying to stop Miracle, it could open up a lot of space for the Shadow Shaman to hit an early 6, and 5-manning into what OG have is terrifying.
Interesting to know as well the fact that Empire they finished off the draft with that Lena pick for Resolution. Is that going to be enough to deal with this Husker? Is that the answer? Is that the way you need to
It is a
respond to
really
that
good
fifth pick Husker?
solution. I think the main reason that OG picked Husker isn't because it was particularly good against any hero, but because it's so dominant in lane, and that if OG can win their lanes with Shadow Shaman support and mid-game with Slardar having a blink and gyrocopter, it's an insanely strong death ball. So I think, again, the panel said it perfectly. Just try to do what you can to win the lane, shut down the Husker as much as possible.
And of course, Silent on his Sven. I mean, we talk about the heroes that Silent's good at. Notable ones, obviously, the Jara that we've seen him have many victories with. Is this again where you can see Silent getting ahead on Sven and having just as much of an active time across the map?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they have a ton of disable. I mean, between the Rubik, Resolution on the Lina, Sven stun, he gets an early Blink Dagger, you set up for a kill. A Resolution eventually makes his way towards that Aghanims, and you can blow people up before Grave comes out.
Alright, looking at the lane matchups that we're going to get coming out from both of the sides, is this pretty much what you expected to see this Gyrocopter on this bottom lane being supported up by the Shaman, and the fact that Miracle would still head into the mid lane on this Huskar backed up by Fly against Resolution's Lina?
I suppose the offlane for OG is a little bit strange, sending the Shadow Shaman to potentially a harder lane, but in the end, I mean, it's a range farming hero, so I think No-Tail himself will probably be fine in this lane, because Rubik Sven, you kind of need a third hero if you want to go for a kill. So with that in mind, looks like Empire already rotating No Fear towards middle lane. Just want to make sure that this Huskar does not get to the start that OG are looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. If this Huskar gets out of control, especially with the kind of backup that you've got on OG's lineup, Fly on his signature Dazzle, it's going to be an absolute nightmare for the side of Empire to deal with. So as you said, Bane just trying to help secure the farm for Resolution, shut down the farm for Miracle. And finally, really on this top lane, we haven't yet talked about Funnick again on this Night Stalker, and going to be up against Moon on his signature Slardar. I mean, we've seen at the major how much Moon can make happen on this hero. Is Funnick going to be able to do enough in this lane to slow him down?
Now this 1v1, Slardar and Night Stalker are two of the best like early game strength heroes, so it should be pretty even, maybe even a tiny bit favoring I guess Moon right now because he has Quelling Blade. I mean, in a melee versus melee matchup, the hero that has Quelling Blade and the same stats wins, I guess. So I think Moon will do okay up here.
Just coming in with a crush. CS-wise, 3 for 0 on the Night Stalker, and actually hold that focus mid lane. Lightstrike's going to connect, and Miracle is going to get taken down. First blood here for the side of Empire. They'll try moving on Fly. They haven't got anything to follow through with, but that's a big kill there for the side.
We talked about how difficult it is for Huskar to actually lane up against Lina. The attack range is crazy. There's not really anything that the Dazzle can do offensively. It's more just like sitting there trying to sustain Miracle.
Bottom lane. They've got the telekinesis here. Silent has got the Stormhammer, but holding onto it at the moment. Doesn't feel he'll have the damage to quite take down No-Tail at this point. And at the moment, Silent's having an alright time down here. 7 for 3 in the CS department compared to No-Tail's 5 for 2. So the Shaman and the Gyro proving to not be too much of an issue here for this Sven.
Yeah, this is going to be a real big problem for OG. They're losing 2 lanes right now. Off lane, middle lane, both losing. And even top, the Night Stalker is out CSing Moon by a pretty decent margin. Even Moon starting him with the Quelling, still not able to really keep up. And OG, their mid game is still pretty ridiculous, so it's not like the end of the world if they don't win their lanes. But the Huskar pick might fall a little bit flat here if it doesn't get some help.
Yeah, they're going to need to see how they can recover from this early game start. But of course, this is something that we've seen OG do many times before. Even in games where they don't have the best laning stage, they're very good at choosing the right times to group up and fight. They've got to make pretty much the perfect decisions against a team like Empire, who we know from what we've seen at this LAN are very, very good at choosing the right times to fight as a 5-man.
They're one of the teams who were running like Panda Undying together and just doing that 5-man Dota. This bottom, gonna see a little bit of an exchange there between the Sven and the Gyrocopter, but I do feel like it's okay. Like if the Huskar can get to Armlet, that's the point where Empire don't have really any way of stopping toggles as long as Miracle's on his A game. That's going to be like a crucial item. Peter talked about it during the panel. And then I guess you're looking to the Slardar to get that Blink Dagger, and he's catching up now. He's actually surpassed the Night Stalker in overall farm. And first Knight's rolling around soon. Interested to see what Funnick's going to do during that time.
Yeah, what levels he managed to find at the moment this lane? Yeah, about halfway through level 4, he's going to have pretty much level 5 as the night does begin. So as you said, Funnick's rotation could be key really to start getting the ball rolling here for Empire. And starting to get the momentum that they're going to need at this beginning of the game to try and take down OG. Mid lane Resolution still having the favorable time in terms of CS, 20 for 8 against the 11 for 2. And we're going to see just at the top rune, this Nightmare being used by No Fear. And Trey coming through, and actually bottom lane, bit more action. They lost the Shaman. No-Tail wasn't able to find anything in return. Top lane Funnick moving in onto Moon. So second kill on the board here for Empire. And I've got to be honest, Danny, this is a really, really strong start from the Radiant.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is something that's necessary. Like if they don't have a good start, OG's 5-man, we talked about it, it's insane. Like you can't really fight into Mass Serpent wards with call down, and potentially a blink on a Slardar. Their heroes are really reliant on kind of going for the picks, and they can blow people up really fast and force a potential 4 versus 5.
And look at this rotation here for the Shaman coming straight in with the Shackle. Moon gets him with the crush, the Ether Shock as well. The body block will be there. Funnick tries to salve up, but it's almost certainly going to be salve wasted unless they can try and send. They've got a Nightmare. It doesn't matter though with the right click. Surely they'll get it. The Ether Shock finally there, following through from Crit. They'll get themselves a kill on the board, OG, and the rotation is successful. And they also bring No Town out to this top lane to farm.
Yeah, I like the rotation, bringing No Tail back up here. It was pretty clear that bottom lane, they weren't really contesting enough. And I think at some point, you're going to want to get that 6. And middle lane, you see a stun here from Resolution.
That's right, just healing up. Aloha Dance trying to move in, seeing if he could find the telekinesis, and he actually does here, bringing him fly back here with a Fade Bolt. The right clicks, and they're going to get the kill.
No mana.
Another one there for Empire as they take down the Dazzle. And things getting better and better for them.
And their movement so far.
He's going to start trading hits with Resolution. Both heroes incredibly low. Rubik and Lina are low on the mana, so they can't really do anything in terms of control. And top lane, well, Funnick, he's moving in. No Tail's trying to fend him off. The Nightmare is there. They're going to toggle it off here, allowing No Tail to move forward. He hasn't got the mana, now he has with the Mango.
He wanted the creep!
Getting Funnick, and they'll get it.
Oh, man, that does not feel good if you're Funnick. I don't know if he was just spamming Click and Fog there. Boone chasing down No Fear here as well.
Yep, and with the fact that he's got this 6, the Amplifier is down. No Tail's there also. No Fear will turn around with the Brain Set. So he can prolong the inevitable, though he's trying to deny himself. The Creeper's going to be able to do it. No. It is another kill here for OG on this top lane as things are starting to heat up 6 minutes in.
And when you start seeing heroes rotate around an Empire and they're not really focusing on that middle lane, it allows Miracle some time to recover. He has opted to skip boots. He does this fairly often on not only Husker, but Viper as well. We saw it in the past in some of the other best of 3s that they played on their road to the Grand Finals. And it just allows you to be a little bit more lane dominant. A lot of times, the heroes with orbs don't really need boots that much, as long as you can like win your 1 versus 1 exchange. And so far, he's only got 1 death, and he's still maintaining a pretty decent amount of farm.
It's going to be interesting to see if they put any more resources up top to try and slow down this No Tail Jara now that OG did move him away from the off lane. They're still just putting Funnick up here on his own on the Night Stalker. Fly's going to make his way up here as well, so Funnick's got to be careful. They do, of course, have this ward in the lane, the Dire, so they know exactly where Funnick's going to be hiding if he starts to back up. No Tail and Moon, claritying up. They're going to have the spells here. We just need someone to lead in. And here we go. No Tail's got the salve. Getting himself a bit more of a fighting shape, and Moon drops down the Amplify. Funnick, how safe is he going to play it? He's still moving up the lane here. And they're actually going to rotate Moon round here, and Funnick maybe going a little bit over-aggressive here, because this should buy time if they want to go. No. Feeling that they have got the speed, night time and everything. Funnick will be able to play it safe and keep himself out of harm's way here, which is, well, good little bit of play there for Empire, wasting a bit of time there for the OG supports.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a Dazzle, really. The bigger thing is Moon sitting there. He really needs to try to focus on getting his blink at some point. But I suppose right now, Empire aren't really pressuring any lane. Resolution's been primarily farming the jungle, letting that Rubik take a little bit of experience from middle lane, as Aloha Dance is only level 4 right now. And in the meantime, if you compare the other support, Shadow Shaman, Crit, he's halfway to level 6. And those Serpent Wards, you walk up to a tower, you drop those. Empire, they have a couple of range heroes to be able to auto-attack them down, but still very scary.
Oh, Funnick did catch wind of the courier there, but not feeling that he had the potential to chase it down as it tasted over the tree line. And yeah, it's just pointed out there by Weapons. Bit of an interesting build here on this Shaman. No points in the Hex and 2 points in the Shackle.
Yeah, it is a bit strange, but I suppose when you're in a situation where you can isolate a hero, leveling the Shackles up, it does scale by almost a full second per level. So the Hex and the Shackle scaling are the same. Typically you would do this if you wanted to try to conserve mana, but as he does have Arcane Boots already, it's a little bit strange, especially since there are a lot of disables on Empire. I might even say that's a misclick.
Okay, Tread's now picked up on No Tail. Got the Treads, the Aquila, and the 1, so he's going to feel pretty safe here on this top lane, especially with the fact that Moon's still hanging around, just clearing up some of the creeps in the camps as he makes the pulls. Ward coming through from Funnick, just trying to assert some more dominance in this lane. He is, of course, level 6, and talking about level 6, Aloha Dance on this mid lane on the Rubik, getting very close to touching upon that point himself.
Yeah, Aloha Dance, one of his most comfort picks, the Rubik, so looking for some really big steals this game. If he can get his hands on wards, any of the Gyrocopter abilities are nice, even Amp or Dazzle spells. He's got a lot of stuff to choose from, really, so I think looking at him during the mid game to have some pretty good plays, but it's still fairly quiet. Most teams is kind of farming, and in that sense, Empire definitely getting the advantage.
Yeah, they're making just that little bit more of the map. The fact that Resolution's been just going around the jungle camps, cleaning them up with the old 1-2, the Light Strike and the Dragon Slave, allowing them to make the most of the map at this point of the game, Empire. And OG themselves, yet to do too much with their own jungle. I haven't seen any stacking come out, apart from Moon just kind of chilling around here, making these pulls here so he can keep control of the lane. He has found himself level 8, and he's obviously farming in a fairly safe position. In a place that Empire aren't yet going to be looking to rotate to. And here's that big item here for the early portion of the game. Miracle does now have the armor.
Armor completed means that it's now very difficult to take him down, even if you commit Lina, ultimate, and such. And as they don't have Fiend's Grip currently on Empire, oh, they might have TP bottom.
There's a lot of action here. Empire looking for something. They'll find the Stormhammer onto Carnage. They'll move forward for more. They've actually stolen the Ether Shock here, and it might be used. They'll let the kill go to Silent there. With the God Strength, they'll pick up the Shaman kill. And a very nice rotation there from Empire, getting the supports down here and making sure that they can get Sven a kill under his belt and more gold in the pocket, as it is himself and Resolution sitting at the top of the network at this point.
Phonic, you are in big trouble, buddy.
Yeah, Moon's ready for the dive. Moving in. The TPs, of course, have already been used to go down to the bottom. And Miracle's coming in as well. Jumps in onto Phonic. The Burning Spears are there, and they'll get themselves the kill. Miracle there, as expected. As soon as he finds a rune such as the haste, he's ready to go into lane and get some action. Talking about action, bottom lane, N0tail could be in trouble. There's a wraparound coming from Empire. N0tail, don't think he gets himself out of this one. They've got the control, the Stellar Telekinesis, the Light Strike, the Stormhammer. Not a single chance for N0tail to cast a single spell. And Empire there with the full-on 5-man that we do expect to see from them.
Yeah, it looks to be a trade here from both teams. Looks like the carry for an offlaner, and OG are going to be pushing the offlane, while Empire are pretty much doing the exact same move here. And with the Mass Serpent Wards, contesting this tower is going to be very difficult. Empire could just choose to sack this and just maybe try to teleport React towards middle lane, where Fly is still here with Phonic. But again, I think that Empire just need to continue to adopt a style of play where they don't try to go for the 5 versus 5. If you can pick off the Shadow Shaman before the fight starts, that's fantastic. But they don't really have the greatest heroes for catching him until you start to see like the Yules on the Lina, or potentially a Blink on your Sven.
Mid lane, N0tail coming in, just trying to find farm wherever he can. Miracle's going to make use of the bottom lane. Has of course got some, well, he's got the lifesteal on top of the armlet, so he's getting scarier and scarier here. Resolution in terms of the build, as kind of expected against the Huskar, going straight for the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, it's a really solid choice. It's not even just about the Huskar, it's the sheer burst damage that you can throw out against a hero like Dazzle. If you can kill a hero before Grave, that's the best possible start to a fight that Empire could ask for.
Empire, still the plan is now Silent in terms of his build. He's got those treads, has got the Helm of the Dominator, and okay, lovely crush into the cooldown. N0tail moving forward. There will be a telekinesis here for the side of Empire falling low. They'll lose the Rubik. There's your Laguna. N0tail's going to get bursted down with the Brain Sap as well. They'll find the return kill. And Empire are going to be happy with that if they don't lose anything else, and I don't think they will. They're able to get themselves out. They managed to get the kill on N0tail and only lose the Rubik, and that was off the back of OG themselves making the aggressive movement.
Yeah, I think that Moon backed out just assuming that there would be some kind of counterplay, and in the end, if he had died over N0tail, I think it would have been a better exchange overall, but it's very hard to read that in the moment, so for now, OG going to be pressuring the safe lane of Empire a tiny bit. Well, we are seeing rotation mid from Empire. Phonic potentially looking for someone here.
Got to be careful here. He does have the wards here. In a second minute, he's got backup. Phonic in potentially a lot of trouble. They've got the control. They've got the body blocks. They'll take down the Night Stalker. And they will punish Empire there. And Zenith's a little bit deep. Moon heading on the high ground. Maybe think of the crush, but the Fiend's Grip straight up onto Moon. They should be able to find this kill here. They've got Silent moving in as well. The Stormhammer comes in. Sven cleans up the Moon Meander Slaughter. And 30 minutes in, this is panning out to be quite a close game, and if anything, feels like Empire are slightly ahead at this point.
We haven't really seen OG group up yet with their full potential, so we're still waiting for Moon's Blink Dagger. He's 1600 gold right now, which means he's still quite a bit away. And once he gets it, I think we're going to see either Smoke or, OG at least start to try to take some objectives. And with their team having Slardar and Shadow Shaman, they can even sneak a Roshan if they want to. It just really depends on what kind of style they want to go for. Is tier 1 mid and safe laner still up?
They want to go for N0tail here. Phonic moving forward here. Isn't going to quite be able to make the jump as N0tail. Backing himself up. He's got the backup of Fly, and the rest of the side is behind him, and Silent cleaning up a very tasty Ancient stack. Lots more money here into the bank of Sven, and we can see it on the net worth now. Nearly 2k ahead of the highest farmer on OG. That, of course, is Miracle on his Huskar at this point.
I really like the way the Empire are playing this. They're not forcing the issue too much. Whenever a kill comes to them, they're going to take it. But for now, they're just trying to get silent everything they can. And if he gets that BKB going, he's got a couple of points into Warcry. Even OG's 5-man potential might not be enough if he continues at this rate.
They really need this blink on the slider. And Moon could be in trouble. He's coming down the lane. Resolution with the wraparound. He has got the ult. He's not going to be able to catch out this fish. Backup is coming, and Moon's actually going to hang around and drops the crush. Yeah, smartly makes the move to retreat. And Moon will be able to get himself out of there before No Fear gets in range to do anything on the Bane. Bottom lane, mid lane, the wards will be dropped, and OG looking to get a push on and take themselves another tier 1. See if Empire can do anything against this. It looks like they'll have to let this one go, so OG certainly achieving the objectives here with these wards.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way that you want to play it. You need to drop a ward on a tower, and then you just kill the tower, you back up, or if Empire TP in a large force and you don't want to fight, you can also just choose to back. Regardless of what happens, the Shadow Shaman is able to force some kind of reaction on the Empire, which is very, very good if you're OG in this situation.
Now into the jungle, OG, they're going to make their way up here. There's a fair few on Empire. Miracle, who's he going to be able to find the jump on? There's 3 heroes here they're going to have to control, but OG is there with the backup. Miracle's going to make the jump straight in onto Silent. Silent turns around with the Stormhammer. Resolution's there as well. They'll get the stun out. Can they kill Miracle? The cooldown's there from Notel. They're looking for the turnaround. They shackle onto No Fear. Notel moving in with the Rocket Barrage. Silent getting incredibly low, but he's still fighting here with the lifesteal. Can't keep himself alive. OG find 2. The side of Empire just can't kill Miracle, and the OG aren't done. They've got the blink here onto Moon. Is he going to go the right way? Yeah, he's going to go for Funnick here on the mid lane. Miracle moving forward as well. Funnick's trying to retreat, but the Amplify's on him. Miracle jumps forward, takes himself another double kill for the Huskar, and Empire find nothing in return.
You could tell there were some communication issues there on Empire, because as soon as they saw that hero, they saw Miracle leading the charge, and they're like, no, we don't want to fight this at all. We know that the rest of the team's behind him. If the Grave comes out and we drop everything on the Husker, we lose that fight. And because Miracle went so aggressive and went for a dunk that potentially could have even gotten him killed, had everyone been in position a little bit sooner, he just ended up baiting Empire into a bad exchange, and OG take full advantage here. They're going into the Roshan pit now, and that was that could have been the fight that breaks the game open for them.
I was going to say that was OG kind of stepping it up a gear, and it was pretty much as we were saying, you know, Moon got the Blink Dagger, and he turned a good fight into a better fight, finding the extra kill on top. They've now got an Aegis on Miracle, who's got the full helm on top of the armlet. Empire, they still do have that fair bit of farm on Sven. A lot of this on Silent to see what he can do. And he is going the SMY, and he's nearly got it finished instead of the BKB.
Now, this is the build that we were seeing at Frankfurt. I believe Artur was the one who was doing this build pretty frequently. And it allows you to be very mobile in the fights, and it doesn't force you to buy Blink Dagger. And I think when Sven has another couple of disables on his team, you don't have to go for the Blink right away. You can just opt to go for items that help you deal damage and farm a little bit faster. And SOI is great when you already have a great cleave ability like that. 66% of your damage gets cleaved, so you just run around, you farm. You can team fight as well. Empire secure the safe lane tier 1. OG are going to be doing pretty much the same.
And this is, of course, a very big pickup for Empire. Resolution has got the Axe complete now.
The Aghanims, it's still a decent amount of damage, like 650 pure damage. It is a lot. So when Miracle gets to a low threshold of health, you can actually just kill him straight away, toggles or not, and I think that's really big. It just comes down to a couple of things. Is the Grave going to be there in time from Fly? And is this Aegis going to win one extra fight for OG? Because if it does, I feel like even having the Aghanims might not be enough. It just really depends on this next engagement.
It's going to be all about Fly's Graves, and well, as we've seen from OG before, they're going to feel very confident relying on him. On mid lane, Moon's got an Invis here. He has also got Fly in the neighborhood, but I don't know if he wants to jump in on this. There's a TP into the tower, so OG ready to fight. Moon is going to see them on the retreat here. Moon, cancelling the TP from Funny, the weave onto 3. Stormhammer will get thrown out here, but Empire, very aware that OG are the ones here looking to fight, and Empire will play it safe.
That's the right call. You definitely do not want to fight 5 versus 5, knowing that the Husker has 2 lives. A Resolution just doing the split push game right now. He realizes that this is not the time they want to take the engagement. They're going to spot a Ancient stack up here. They don't have the best team for killing. I guess they have Dazzle. Might be good enough. And a Gyrocopter with a decent amount of farm, yeah.
Yeah, they could take this. Black Cannon up in 10 seconds. They'll start to go for it nonetheless.
Yeah,
I mean, the question is, can Empire do anything to stop this? I don't think they can.
It's not worth contesting this, honestly. Because if you lose this fight, and for whatever reason Miracle manages to live through it with Aegis, then you lose a tier 2 mid on top of it, which is just way too much damage Empire can't afford to take right now. So they'll give up the stack.
tower.
And I guess the story of the game for me so far has really just been Funnick and his lack of impact overall in this game. Like, he's 0-5-0, hasn't been involved in a single kill on his team. He was in the 1v1 against Moon, and he was doing okay for a while, but then just kind of completely fell off, got caught out a bunch. I think this might be the least impactful Night Stalker we've seen all tournament.
Moon sprinting forward here, seeing if anyone's going to be in a position that he could jump on them. Empire. Playing it cool, playing it safe, sticking up to the high ground. You have got Silent, feeling confident enough to get this push going right towards the tier 2. They do know that the majority of OG are on this mid lane push. Miracle will begin to move forward. They might just have to sack this tier 2 unless No Fear can find an opening with the Bane, but there is a Slardar on the high ground. And Moon is going to be ready to jump straight in on anyone that comes out. And this is the thing, Empire, they've just got to let this one go, and OG will take the tier 2.
And they didn't commit anything for that either. Like, they didn't use Mass Serpent Wards, they just get the tower. There's nothing that Empire can do but look on and...
Silent, I think. Yeah, the pings are coming out here. They're not going to have the vision, they don't know he's there.
He's got this.
More farm for No-Tail though. He's going to have himself another tasty stack, this time over his side of the map. And looking at the farm, we already see how Miracle's Huskar is caught up with Silent Sven. And with this stack, No-Tail will be well on his way to climbing to the top of the board as well.
He even goes for the ultimate orb. We could be seeing a Linken's purchased here on No-Tail very early. He's done this in the past. He went for a very stat-heavy build on Gyrocopter before. I think it was like SNY, BKB, Linken's, just to prevent the hero on his team from getting blown up. In this case, I assume he's going to be either keeping it on himself or using it on Miracle to prevent the Laguna Blade. But either way, it's a really solid choice if he decides to go for it, I think. Because the only way he really dies, he needs like a full duration Fiend Script, or he gets Laguna'd, you know? Those are the two big ways that they can disable him or kill him.
OG now smoked up in their own jungle, moving towards top lane. Moon is very much ready to jump. He's got a DD bottled up as well. 4 staff complete on top of the Blink. Moon having a very good game. Blinks in, looking in the tree line. 4 staff in, will get the crush onto Aloha Dance. That's one TP cancel. Can he get himself the bash here? No, he can't. So it's just Ruby that are left alone. Can he get himself out? No, there's another crush. And they will find the kill on Aloha Dance. The rest of the team getting out, but OG finding a kill nonetheless.
I actually think that he didn't see that he crushed Aloha Dance there, because he was in fog, but the AoE on the crush was fairly large. So maybe he just didn't know if he hit him or not. Or maybe he was confident that he canceled the TP and wanted to go for more. Either way. Oh, he's going to find Funnick.
Moon's got a DD. Funnick could be in a lot of trouble here. He'll pop the Void. Will begin to run. Miracle's coming into range as well. Moons is going to have that blink. He's got the 4 staff as well. He should be able to chase. Goes forward. The silence is there, but the distance there for Miracle to jump in. Don't forget the Fiend Strip up onto Moon, but Miracle's just moving into the fight. They get the stun the Laguna. They've killed Miracle. This could be huge for Empire if they can look for some more off the back of it. They'll start to chase down Moon. Moon turns around the crush. Silent will be able to duke it out. Resolution can't quite get close enough here to get the touch in. And Moon's actually still hanging around. He actually blinks back in, drops down the Amplify. Silent's forced to run away. But that's the trade that, well, the Empire are going to be very happy with. The fact that they were able to burst down Miracle, who just went a little bit too deep and a little bit too Hammond. Bly wasn't there to save him with a shallow grave.
They saw an opportunity, and they wanted to chase because they knew that the rest of Empire weren't there as soon as the chase started. And unfortunately, the Huskar's a little bit faster than Dazzle, especially when you throw out a dunk like that very aggressively. So it wasn't there for the grave. And it gives Empire a slight benefit in the trade. The big thing here is Resolution is making his way towards his next item. Starting with Aghanims like this, you have very limited potential in being able to pick heroes on your own. It's like normally you see like Blink Yules or, you know, Yules into Aghanims, so you actually have some solo pick, but he hasn't had that opportunity, and as we saw, Moon is able to just sprint away. If he had Yules in that situation, the hero definitely dies, and I understand why he goes Aghanims here, but the next item in progression is going to be really important for him.
There's a BKB now done on Silent, so he's going to feel much more confident running straight into the front of these fights. Just trying to get the free reign to run around and take down some of the weaker heroes on OG before focusing and tunneling in on those big bad cores, the No-Tail Gyro. Indeed, it's almost certainly that Linken's that you're talking about. He has picked up the Perseverance with the ultimate orb.
It's a very interesting way of playing the hero. It's not like a really hard one. It's just, I'm going to try to protect my other core, who I know is pretty good against the rest of the lineup as long as he doesn't get bursted down. So it's a team play Gyro, I guess, if you want to call it that.
And Silent, he got the triple stack here. More Ancients going the way of this Sven. Big Daddy, he's only got himself a double here. And it is still Silent, sitting at the top of the board once again thanks to those Ancients. But it's going to be a question really how much this Sven can do, because I guess the Lina will still be fairly impactful but also fairly squishy. And it feels like Empire are relying a lot on this Sven to carry a game against a Huskar and a Gyro, which surely can't be nice if this one goes late.
Well, the big thing to keep in mind here is if they do manage to kill the Husker early on in the fight, then No Tail's build is not very good against a Sven and Alina. Like, it's just not. So if he's not there with the Linken's timing, you don't have the items to right-click. I mean, right now he hits for 155 damage as like a position 1 hero. So this lineup is very dependent on this Linken's being able to save, and if it doesn't, we could see Empire potentially taking a fight.
OG smoking up, moving across the jungle. Empire actually got 4 of them in the base at the moment. Just top lane Silent was pushing out, but he himself is gonna make himself back. This is, of course, one of the things where you go for these full 5-man smokes. You'll play it safe, but maybe not safe enough. Moon jumps in for the crush. They've got the telekinesis to turn around. They'll try and move in, but No Tail's got the cooldown onto 4. They have taken that resolution, but he'll buy back straight away. They've lost Moon here on the Slardar. Silent pops a BKB. He's looking to try and clear out the Shaman on the side. Crit will pop down the wards. Aren't going to do anything, though, and they'll get themselves a double kill for Silent. They've taken down 2. Now they're trying to see if they can chase down any more off the side of OG. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Miracle. Can they get No Fear close enough? Doesn't look like they can, and OG will be fine for this one. So actually, one Miracle. He wants to go back in. He jumps in onto No Fear. He does that back up. The Shallow Grave is there just in time before the Laguna Blade. Bunnick will be the one to drop on the side. Killing spree for No Tail. They've actually lost the Bane here as well, but Silent's trying to move in for more. They got that big kill onto the Huskar. No Tail and Fly. Oh yeah, Resolution gets forced forward here. He can't quite hit the light strike though. Fly will get the heal off. No Tail with a rocket barrage, but the Storm Hammer's there from Silent. He's moving in for more. Starting to dash away. Moon comes in with the crush onto Resolution. Amplify as well. Resolution stuck into the tower. Resolution's got to run, but the stolen heal from Aloha does keep Resolution alive. They'll turn around with the Fade Bolt. They'll get the kill onto Moon. And Empire, I think they're doing it here with this fight, Andy.
It's pretty much what I said. If the Husker dies, your Linken's Gyro ain't carrying the fight. Like, unless there's so much damage dealt in the time that it takes for the Husker to die that you can carry the fight with a Linken's Helm of the Dominator, then you're not going to win. It's way too difficult. And Resolution's buyback, more than worth it. I was kind of worried at first because he buys back with no mobility items. And it's like, okay, well, your team has a really hard time catching in that situation, but OG actually opt to fight high ground, think they have the advantage. They don't win the fight, make Resolution's buyback really, really good. And now he's up to 3,800 gold.
I mean, you look at the here, some are really, doing really well for themselves. Aloha dance off the back of that. We saw the 4-star, absolutely huge there, landing pretty much to get the final kill as he shoved Lina in. And now he's got 2.3k gold on top of that as well. And Empire now moving into Roshan. And actually take the creep for themselves there with Silence Helm. Moving that from OG. OG do have the full lineup and they're teeping into the tier 2. This could be a massive fight.
This is really risky from Empire. This is so risky.
Oh, man. Smoke up from OG, they're ready to go, they found Resolution, they'll get the crush, they'll try and move in, No Tail, the Linken's has been popped, they'll get the cooldown out, Silent gets the BKB off, starts to find a Miracle, but the Shallow Grave from Fly is there, Aloha Dust is going to be the first to drop, they'll get the wards down, Resolution is trapped in the wards here on the side, they're taken down 2, Miracle's still alive here, Bunny's got a missile heading his way, No Tail moving forward, jump forward from Miracle, they'll clean that one up, Silent desperately trying to fight here with the God Strength, but has he got the damage? No, with the crush coming through from him, the Shackle from Crit, it's a full team wipe, you said that was a risk, Draskell, and you are absolutely right. OG cleaning up house, and they'll take Roshan as well.
That fight was the absolute worst possible start. We're going to get a chance to watch it again. So shout out to Score Esports. It starts off by Resolution getting crushed. They're going to throw out a defensive nightmare on him to make sure there's no follow-up. But you mentioned it during the team fight when it happened, is Resolution gets isolated by himself against Crit and pretty much gets solo killed. Miracle is able to just hit away during this time. Goes his arm out a few times, has the heal going, and in that time, they've already lost the Bane. Resolution dies at the very end of the fight to his solo support. Like,
I mean, yeah, Crit's wars, they are huge.
Yeah,
blocking off Resolution.
If your mid dies to a support in the fight, then you're not going to come out on top. There's just no way around it.
I mean, Crit as well. This man, he's got a Lotus Orb on top of the Blink and the Arcane boots.
Yep. They do this all the time, actually. When they're playing around Miracle and they want to really try to protect him, they buy Linken's and Lotus Orb if there's like a high single target burst that they have to worry about, or some kind of initiation like maybe Bat Rider or something that you can get pulled out. So it's a very team-centric style that OG are running, and it's working for them.
Yeah, let's see if they're confident to go now. Moving towards the mid with the Aegis. And a Halberd on her Scar. There'll be a telekinesis onto Miracle. And then let's see jump in. Moon gets the crush. And Miracle jumps straight up into the base here. Starting to hit away. And Funnick has been hexed up. And Funnick will fall. Miracle now in a killing spree. The Lotus Orb is out to this Huskar. And they are now man down for 40 seconds. They'll pop the fortification here, Empire. But do they have an answer to stop this push? OG, have they found that kind of opening that Empire just aren't going to be able to close, as the tier 3 will fall. And
I don't
OG
think they
may
can
stick around
defend
for more.
this. This is double damage on Gyro and Aegis on Miracle.
The telekinesis, Fade Bolt, bouncing out, but Miracle just really doesn't care.
Yeah.
He is at that point where it is the Huskar problem pretty much coming into fruition. You can't do a lot against this hero. Once he's got these items, once he's got that backup, he's just going to continue to sit there. Heal himself up with the inner vitality. They will find a light strike, Stormhammer as well, but oh, the reverse Stormhammer onto 2, and now the cooldown moves there with the crush. The wards have been dropped. Crit on a killing spree. Silent is trapped up by Crit's wards. The shackles again. 2 heroes to fall. Silent will buy back here on the Sven, but they've lost the melee racks. OG trying to get themselves away. There'll be a void onto Miracle. I don't know if Empire can really find anything from this Miracle. He just jumps straight back into Resolution. The crush is there. They got a Stormhammer, Silent with the Ghost doing a lot for the Shallow Grave. Keeping him alive. They'll take down Miracle once, but he's got the Aegis back for a second round. Silent, BKB is going to wear off. Can they kill Miracle again? This could be absolutely huge, but Miracle's Silent fight, and again Crit blinks in, Shackle onto Silent. Miracle now dominating, and this man on the Shadow Shaman, he may even just find the current note, will get itself back to base. They talked about this in the draft, how Empire banned out a lot of Crit's heroes. What was he going to pick? But he's showing us here, he knows exactly what he's doing on the Shaman.
Yeah, small hero pool, huh? I don't know about that one anymore after watching this game. I think this guy is just incredibly skilled no matter what he's playing, and he did have a phenomenal performance so far here in game 1. And that Roshan fight just really nailed the coffin for Empire. I thought that they had a pretty good shot.
He blinks in, gets the Hex, he'll move forward. The Shackle again, the control is there onto No Fear. It's another kill for OG. And Funnick, well, he doesn't want to be there, and he wants to get himself back to base. And it's a PKB down now on No Tail, as OG will back up, and they'll probably look to push down another lane. 25 to 15. We'll have a look at the graph. It's got to be steep, and it absolutely is. Look at it fall off now. Suddenly from 0 to about a 14k net worth lead in literally the matter of 5 minutes.
I mean, that's what happens when you team wipe, get Roshan, and then go straight racks, right? Without really losing anything other than an off-lane player. That's a trade that OG are going to want to take every single time if they can. I just feel like a couple of things went wrong this game. Like, the lanes were going okay for Empire for a little while, but the Night Stalker, again, I didn't feel it at all. Like, I don't know where he was supposed to go or how he actually plays this game. Maybe he tries to gank bottom during the first night. Maybe he tries to apply a little bit of pressure mid, stop the Husker from getting farm, but Funnick really just did not have a game. And when you're trying to play vision control, a lot of it's also based around having pick potential, which Empire also don't have. I mean, they didn't have any blink. They still don't have any blink on their team. So instead of having this mid game where you can control the night phase and try to go for smokes and gank, it's like your Funnick Night Stalker has a Vlad's, and yeah, that's okay, but the guy's 2 and 9. It hasn't been great for him so far.
I mean, the point of call for Emperor? Well, it's going to be smoking by the looks of it.
This is a last-ditch effort for sure. They realize how far behind they are.
If this goes badly, this could be the game for Empire, but if they take this fight, it could certainly impact that swing a huge amount. But OG is so ready, look at them. You know something's up, Empire. Don't want to be going up here. Pop the night time. It might just do so. A little bit of a game of chicken. Who's going to be the first one to jump when it comes up? OG, will they jump back in on this one? The reduced vision there is going to be hard to spot this out, and Empire will get themselves away. They don't find anything with the smoke, but at the same time, they don't lose anything as well.
I gotta say, Moon had some nerves of steel there. Funnick pretty much walked into melee range of him, and he didn't blink or force step. He's like, no, I'm just standing here. My team's behind me. No worries. Everything is a-okay. And with Miracle now having the Satanic and the Heaven's Halberd on top of it, I think he's also making his way towards an Assault Cuirass. He can't die. Like, the Sven has to be able to hit him for a long time to be able to kill, and he doesn't have MKB, nor will he probably build into it as a Sven. I think the timing for the Sven to be good against Husker in this matchup, and even the Gyro to a certain extent, is kind of come and gone. So Empire are going to need OG to make a mistake at this point.
Top lane OG, they'll look to try and take this final tier 2 away from the side of Empire. Blink Dagger has now been done by Aloha Dancer. We'll see if we can find him in the position to get those big steals. There's also now a BKB on its way out to Moon on this Slardar. We can find the tower up top, and OG, see if they're confident in moving in for more. Roshan, still a few minutes before we're going to see when that one's back up. And as we've kind of known, to see the playstyle of OG, they may very well hold off until they get the Aegis scan.
There's no reason to force it, you know. You wait. You know that if you fight around the Roshan pit, you probably have the advantage. You have call down to fight around, blink crush. You have better initiation. Your extended team fight is also better just because of things like Mass Serpent Wards, and they will be more than happy to drop it for a Roshan fight if it secures in the game. It's just OG have pretty much every imaginable lead, and again, it goes back to Empire's lack of mobility. They go for a smoke, they try to go up into high ground of OG, but they're all standing there waiting. They don't have any way of starting that fight. Like, they don't have a blink initiator with a BKB. I thought maybe the Sven, like Silent, would go for something like that here, just to have a free initiation on somebody that's important. Like, maybe even the Dazzle, you blink on him, you kill him, but he went for the right-click build, the gotta go fast build, and he hasn't really been able to do much.
I mean, I'm looking at Crit again, and you just gotta say, this man, he's nearly on the same net worth as Resolution's Lina.
Yeah, he's rich. He actually is rich. And this is he had arcane boots, I think, even especially early, and they gave him a lane at an early stage just to try to get those wards.
Smoker from Empire, but again, OG are aware. They group up, they know that they're all off the map, and actually they're going to initiate here onto an illusion. This could be disastrous. OG trying to jump in, they get a 3-man crush. BKB pop up into the call out is huge. The wall's dropped out of the middle. No-tail coming in to clean up. Bane's going to fall. Resolution should go down as well. They'll move forward on Moon. Double kill for No-tail on the sidelines. The crush now onto Rubik. Shackle from Crit. They'll take down Aloha Dance. 3 down on the side of Empire, and maybe even more. Jump forward for Miracle. They'll find the Night Stalk. It's a triple kill for No-tail. And GG is called. It's all too much for Empire. They may have shown some promise at the start. They were able to hold themselves at the beginning against OG, but OG hit that point. They had that Roche fight, and from there it was just straight downhill for Empire.
Yeah, the Roshan fight was the real key here for me. I think up until that point, Empire were doing a pretty good job at staying even at least with OG. And sure, their 5-man was always going to be stronger if you get the wards down before your Shadow Shaman dies, but I still think that Empire at one point had enough farm on Silent to really become a threat. It's just that one risk that they took just ended up biting them way too hard, and at that point it just becomes very difficult to fight in OG.
Absolutely. I think if anything though, Empire shouldn't be disheartened because they did play very well in the lane.
No, they were.
They did really well. It was just those key mistakes to see